What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the RP show. I am here with my brother and his wife, and
What's
this
up?
this is episode was it 11? Episode 11 on my YouTube channel. If you guys haven't subscribed to me yet, we're gonna leave links in the description box and where you guys can follow me, ask me questions or anything like that. So the first question is that my brother he moved to New York with his wife. How many years? How many?
Going on 5 years
Going
now.
on 5 years. So
Yeah.
why did y'all move to New York in the first place?
I feel like there's definitely two reasons
Mm-hmm.
for me. I feel like the first reason, of course, is that I've always wanted to be a filmmaker and a writer. I want to make movies. I want to go there. I want to learn, hone my craft
Mm-hmm.
at acting. Uh, I wanted to try different things. The second reason is, a different experience than what, being just in Houston my whole life. I haven't really gone out and explored a lot. I feel like being in a new city, you experience and learn things that you wouldn't necessarily do in Houston.
So in New York compared to Houston and New York, is there different opportunities that you have in New York instead of Houston? Is there any more classes you can take or?
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely way different opportunities. The Houston film scene just it's getting better, but it's
Mhm.
just this is New York. This is like California, New York.
Yeah.
This is where a lot of the shit's getting made. Stuff's changing,
Mhm.
definitely. But yeah, there's definitely different opportunities when you go to New York versus Houston. There just wasn't a lot, while I was here
So what'd you do when you were in Houston?
when I was in Houston, very few auditions would happen,
Mm-hmm.
and there'd even be very few for like, I guess stuff that I could audition for. Um, Took some acting classes that I felt like didn't necessarily, besides like one, didn't really push me.
It wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, I felt
Mm-hmm.
like I was just maintaining the same acting like level and skill that I was at,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to go to New York so I could be with other actors that are just like great. Like I've been in acting classes with some amazing actors that I'm learning from.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
What about Kata?
Well, I would say just really for a new experience.
Mm-hmm.
Moving to New York, it just felt right. Felt like we needed to try something new, chase our
Yeah.
dreams.
So for everybody who don't know, Kayla, you were a dance instructor, huh?
Yes,
Okay.
dancing and teaching is my passion.
And how long were you dancing?
Well, I've been dancing since I was 5 years old,
Mm-hmm.
so a long time.
A long time.
But
Okay.
I started teaching at 15
Mm-hmm.
at the studio that I grew up in. And yeah, it's just been building passion
Mm-hmm.
since then.
So what motivated you to say this is something that you want to do? This is your dream. This is your passion that you want to do. Is there something that motivated you? Is it something that you watched or?
I wouldn't say that it's something that I watched. I would just say that it just kind of developed over time from, being a teenager and having teachers that inspired me
Mm-hmm.
and, finding that I was a good teacher. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like it was very fitting at a young age. And I just,
Did you want to join dance, or did like your mom or like kind of
um,
grandma push you into that?
well, they didn't push me. I've There's videos of me prior to joining dance class, like moving and dancing and expressing myself in movement. So it just kind of seemed natural. I think whenever my grandmother asked me what extracurricular like activity I would like to do,
Mm-hmm.
and I was immediately all for dancing. So it's just kind of, I feel like, meant to be.
Mm-hmm. So would you say the same thing about Marco? What he just said about different opportunities in Houston and New York?
Oh, well, definitely. I mean, like the dance scene is, very vast in New York. However, dance in Houston is also big. But I wasn't trying to be a professional dancer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just wanted to take more classes as an adult, which, you know, I think the opportunities here not, I wouldn't say
Or I
limited,
was gonna say limited.
not limited, but you know there are fewer adult classes, whereas in New York there are several different studios that you can attend class, um, and so it's nice, you
Yeah.
know.
So, how many classes do you take in New York right now? As of right now, do you take any classes or are you doing anything online? I know this whole COVID-19 thing is crazy right now, but before then, did you do anything like that?
Right. Well, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I was taking a few classes a week, and depending on what kind of mood I was in,
Yeah.
would
Were you-
determine.
Were you the teacher or were you just like the
Well,
student?
so I would do both.
Do both?
You know, yeah. So I would teach as my job, but to maintain my level of skill and to continue to learn and also fill my creative cup, I would take class. And like I said, depending on my mood or what I felt like I needed work on or to just, you know, let go, whether it's contemporary or if I want to refine my technique and take a ballet class or something a little more fun to, you know, moving to a hip hop class.
Yeah. You did that for a little while, right? The hip hop class?
Yeah. I taught several hip hop classes to several different age groups, elementary through high school. So
Okay. Okay. And Marco, and then what about your acting? Like, when did you start doing that? When was do you remember your first time you started acting?
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's terrible, you can go ahead and tell me, but.
Yeah. Oh, like my very first time like
Yeah.
acting. Well, remember we would do those really bad like home movies.
Yeah,
we made like Yu-Gi-Oh and
Yeah,
shit
we
like
had
that.
back then. We had a old. It was a tape recorder. Or,
Yeah, it was one of those old video cameras.
Yeah, where you had to put the VHS or whatever. It was
Like you had to put a little tape inside of it.
Yeah, it was like a small tape, and we would do one. What was it called? What was the title? You remember it? You wrote it.
Forsaken.
Yeah,
What?
Forsaken. Forsaken.
That's
I
funny.
remember. Yeah,
That
I
is so
remember that.
funny.
Yeah, like
And,
I've been writing since I was like a kid, you
Yeah.
know. So I
So-
wanted to make this movie.
I remember too. As a kid, you would write all the time, man.
Yeah.
You were probably like, I'll say probably what, 10, 11 or something like that. Maybe.
Man,
younger?
I don't even remember. I don't even remember how old I was when I started writing. I just know that I've been writing for so long. I took like a long break and I had stopped, but
Yeah.
since I was a kid,
All
yeah.
right. So I know we did the whole Forsaken thing, but I'm talking about like in school. Were you in plays or anything like that, or
You know,
theater, or?
see, and that's one of the things. Growing up, especially being in school, I really didn't consider myself an actor for the longest time. Like I didn't think I could do it, or I didn't think that, you know, at the time I honestly didn't feel like I was like, you know, good looking enough or like,
Yeah.
you know, like kind of like material, like that star material or whatever. I was just stuck to like writing. I was like, I want to make movies like that. So like in high school or anything, I didn't really do any plays. Like I took like a class, you know, and like in college I took like a class, like a theater class.
Yeah.
And I did like one little thing, but that was just like the class credit, you know.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it wasn't like a real play. So it wasn't until like I got out of high school that I like really started acting. You know, like so like film's always been like on my mind, but acting is something that like is more kind of new
Yeah.
that I started with. You know.
And it's funny because I wanted to do the same thing too when I was younger. That's when I wanted to
Yeah.
do the whole acting.
Dude,
That's-
mom wanted to too.
yeah,
Like she,
mom wanted
you
to
know,
too.
she.
I never went through with it. I
Yeah.
never did. I was just always weird about, you know, like you said, like your parents and stuff like that. For me, it had to be like, you know, because you guys already know that I'm really nearsighted, and I'm just very self conscious about that and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I didn't go through with it. But now that you're starting to do it, I'm more of like, okay, I'll jump in with you. Like I'm more down to.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to write a short. I'm
Yeah.
actually trying to write a short film.
I've
I'm not
been
gonna lie to you.
waiting.
Yeah, my brother's been waiting. I'm not gonna lie. I want to be the star of it, and I want him to like me and him. He can co-write it. You know, it doesn't matter on that. You know,
Yeah.
I kind of want to do the directing of the short film that I'm trying to shoot. But for me, like that was, man, I can't even think. I ain't gonna lie. The very first movie that motivated me, I was already like older. I was probably like 20 something already years old. The Town.
The Town.
The Town.
The Town is-
motivated me. That came out in 2000 and
2010.
yeah, 2010.
Pretty sure it's
Yeah,
2010.
yeah.
That's the first movie that made me want to like write and direct and act in my own films. Cause I
Yeah.
was like, Ben Affleck,
Yeah.
he did that.
He
I was
killed
like,
it.
I
He
was like,
killed it.
I want to do that now.
So like for me, like I felt pumped up. I love one of the scenes where when he's actually talking to I think it was the gardener or what was it, the gardener or the bad guy, the villain.
Oh yeah,
And he went to the
yeah,
shop. He went to
yeah.
the shop, and then he was talking about
Fergie.
Fergie.
Yeah.
You know, like the way he did it, man, it was awesome. His performance
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah.
But that just motivated me because like the serious role and stuff like that. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I always been. Now I'm a big Ben Affleck fan. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
talking about this crap that he did with Jennifer Lopez. What was that? Was that Gio?
Jiggly, I think. Or, some
Jiggly or
shit.
something
Yeah.
like that. That was terrible.
No, Gone Baby Gone was the first movie that he directed that got me
Mhm.
like kind of into him.
Yeah.
You know, his work.
Yeah.
Then The Town came.
Yeah, the town. Like I fell in love with the town, and that's when I was like, okay, maybe I should try to write a little something. You know what I mean? Like that for me. That motivated me.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Kayla, do you have anything to say about that?
I definitely enjoy The Town.
Yeah.
It's a great movie,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I feel like, what more can you say?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, just a good piece of work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I also started. I always like Quentin Tarantino too because I
Yeah.
also loved his directing. And,
Yeah,
you know,
his
I
writing.
loved his stuff too. I loved.
Yeah.
What did he do? Django Unchained. He did Pulp
Inglourious
Fiction,
Bastards,
that was
Reservoir Dogs.
That one was one of my favorites right there.
Yeah, I love
Inglourious
Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one movie I think I can just like watch over and over. Yeah.
So I remember when you were a kid. I don't know if this is different, but what motivated you to be an actor was it Bad Boys 1?
Yeah, it was Bad Boys 1.
Yeah.
And I feel like the scene specifically is Will Smith running down and chasing after, I think, Tia, I don't know how you say her name, Tia Leone or something like that. She's getting like chased, and it's Will Smith running to save her.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's such a cool scene, you know? I want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stuff like that. So yeah, I'm a little ashamed of it now, but it definitely was Bad Boys. That made me want to get into this when I was young.
And Kayla, did you have any specific movie that you did like about dancing? Because I know I can always crack jokes.
Yes, of
I
course.
Oh, I already know.
I can
What do
always
you
crack
know?
jokes. Hold on. I can
Center
always.
Stage.
Center Stage. I
Center
knew it was
Stage,
gonna be
but
Center
also,
Stage.
like Flashdance. I loved Flashdance.
I never seen that film.
Yeah, that's that famous one.
It's like
never
it's
seen
the
that.
one where like they mimic the scene where she like pulls
Oh,
the
okay.
water
Okay.
on
Okay.
herself.
Okay.
Yeah. And also what else?
I
Fame.
never seen that one either.
It's a good one also.
Kayla showed me these movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're such great classic dance movies. But yeah, I think it was just childhood memories, just like.
Yeah. I always make fun of her because there's this movie.
And she doesn't even like this movie.
Okay. There's this movie that it has to be one of the Step Up ones where this is one of the time when I worked at the theater or something like that. And I walked in. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna watch it. I'm on a little break or something like that. So I was like, okay, it's a dance movie. I know Kata likes it. Let me give it a chance. So I walk in there and I'm thinking these guys are about to fight. So these guys like they're in a bar or something like that, or I don't know. They run to the back like they're gonna there's like 3 against 1, and he's like, "You ready to fight?" And then he's like, "Yeah, I'm ready to fight." And then he busts out like a microphone in his shirt. He's like, "Pts, pts, pts." I was like, "Oh God, no!" Like,
What?
like
I don't even know what movie you're talking
It was
about.
one of the Step Up ones.
Really?
Yeah, it was one of the
I
Step
don't
Up.
remember that. I feel like I might remember a little bit of the
Yeah.
scene, but yeah. Then
And I was like,
dance
I'm
off.
out of here. I'm out of here.
That's
I
it.
got
I'm
up.
outta here.
This is crap. No, this is crap. I was like, I can't believe Kata likes this crap.
Nah, see, you can't just
Only the
throw me
first
in
Step Up.
Yeah, only the first
Was
Step
that
Up.
with
is
Channing?
That's what. Yeah.
Channing Tatum?
Channing Tatum.
There's-
Channing Tatum.
Tatum. Yeah, we do a lot of references here, guys.
No, the second Step Up. I think it was the second Step Up where, there's this cringeworthy moment where she's like, "Let's take it to the streets," and she throws
she's
like
white
a
as
deuce,
fuck. Too.
and it's just like, oh, so cringy, and that
Just did not work.
But I have to say, in a lot of these dance films, like the acting is subpar, but then the dancing and the choreography is usually
So
pretty good.
okay, I know
most of the time,
yeah.
it's pretty
okay,
good.
so how'd you feel about the movie that came out recently? It got panned. It got Cats. Did you watch that film?
We did recently watch it.
We tried.
You know,
Okay.
we
How was
watched
it?
it. We watched it all the way through. I was confused.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is
I
happening?
was just like, what's going on the entire time? But then it's like I appreciated, like, honestly, the musicality of it, and the dancing, because the dancing, like I said, the dancers were great dancers.
Yeah.
And the choreography, I mean, it was not spectacular and not mind blowing. However, I enjoyed it because I'm a dancer. So it's like there were moments where I felt like it moved me because of the music and because of the dancing, but the storyline and the plot was just missing. You know, that's what was lacking. So it was a fail. You know, unfortunately, like it just sucks for the dance.
It did terrible. I
I
remember.
know it sucks for the dance community because it's like we want good movies, and it's like they're
not good. I'm sorry.
I just feel like you just need the right person.
Name me 2-3 movies that were awesome as in dance.
Oh my gosh,
Center Stage.
Center Stage was a great.
Fame and
What about Grease? Was Grease a dancing movie too?
I wouldn't.
I mean, a
really,
musical.
Yeah,
Musical?
it's a musical.
Okay.
They got some
I wouldn't
dance numbers in
say,
there.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it's really a dance film. Like there's choreography in it, but it's pretty basic.
Yeah, that's something I do like. I do like Grease. That's probably one of my favorite John Travolta films.
Yeah, Grease is a good one.
But I can't even tell you. What about that movie? That's the singing one. Laws.
Les Mis.
Oh, Les
Is that a
Mis.
dancing movie? Is that-
Not a dancing
No?
movie.
Okay,
No,
okay.
but it's so funny that you bring it up because it's like, I guess because we were talking about, a musical. That's what I was like thinking about. That movie.
It's a
wow.
good movie.
Such,
I haven't seen it.
Such great
good
acting.
movie.
I know who's in there.
Hugh Jackman, Anne
Yes.
Hathaway, Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, he's in there too.
Really? He sings.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, he does
Yeah,
sing, and
he does.
he's a good singer,
I don't remember him being that great, but I
I
guess
mean,
maybe
he
is.
was like, okay, he's not mind blowing, but still, he wasn't a bad singer at all.
Yeah.
But that movie, I feel like, is also hard for certain people to watch because it's not like it's not your typical like song. They're singing
As
what-
they talk,
right?
yeah.
Like what
everything.
they're saying, you know, like they're not like speaking at all. It's literally just singing.
But yeah, but it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a great movie though.
See, me, Marco, and Kaila, we are all movie buffs. We're always
Yeah.
going back and forth about this movie. This is better. This is
Yeah.
Right?
trash.
What's
Like,
good?
We're always
what's
talking
bad?
shit to
we're
each other.
always arguing about it. And me, like, I'm looking at my collection right now, guys. I got about 360, 70 movies, Blu-rays in my collection. And Marco is always like, half of them are trash. So
It's
like,
the truth, Rob.
He
I'm like,
admitted
yeah,
it earlier.
I'm
He
like,
said
why do you
even
have
though
these
it's
movies?
Okay.
crappy movies,
Yeah.
like it reminds me of my childhood. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
but you just admitted that some of them are
yeah,
trash.
some of them are trash. Like, there's one he always gives me slack on. There's a Rumble in the Bronx by Jackie Chan.
Oh man, look. Okay, I like the movie when I was a kid,
Yeah.
but if you really watch that, it's the worst acting. Just such terrible. I don't know,
Yeah.
but look, I like Jackie Chan. Don't get me wrong, the
Yeah.
guy's great.
Yeah, there's this movie that I was trying to get his wife to watch. Was a Blank Man.
Blank Man, I love Blank,
Blank
Man.
Man. That's something me and Marco watched as kids.
Yeah.
I remember us being kids. I don't know how old we were, but I remember we had little towels around us and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'd run around.
run around the house and do
Pretty sure
this
they do
and
that in the movie too, don't they?
Yeah, they
I
do.
think when they're younger,
Yeah.
right? They have towels.
But a lot of my movies are something that me and him watch as kids, and I just keep it in my collection. Just
Because he misses me.
just thinking about the good times.
I guess for next time that we're able to come on and be on your little podcast, I'll have watched Blank Man, so I can then
Comment
talk
on it.
shit about it, very likely, because
So Marco likes it. I don't know about Kayla. I don't know if Kayla will like it.
We'll get
because
the
I have
verdict soon.
good taste in movies.
Yeah, he probably has about 10 movies in his collection. So
I got
No.
more than that.
Yeah,
but,
he
but it's always, Rob, it's always quality over
Quality,
quantity.
yeah.
That's what I keep telling
Yeah.
you. You have a bunch of movies, but I got quality movies in my collection.
So, like one movie that we both actually love, actually all three of us, I think, The Joker.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Oh
The
my
Joker.
gosh,
Joker's great,
yes.
I love that film. I remember when I just worked at AMC, I just like, you know what, I'm gonna watch this movie. This was the first movie that I started with when I got hired. That was the very first movie I wanted to see.
Yeah.
And who's it? Todd
Phillips directed it.
Yeah, he did awesome.
Yeah.
And then Joaquin Phoenix did awesome too.
That guy's just
blows
great.
me away.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
Like, and I see, and like, it's just, I feel like the whole artistry of the movie, like the coloring, the mood, and like
the music.
The music.
Oh, the music was gorgeous.
The emotion that it makes you feel, it's just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So many different layers and elements that like just
that bring this movie to its like full, like complete form that you're getting to view. There's so much that goes into it, and it's just amazing.
Like, I love I'm gonna spoil it. Spoilers ahead. I'm gonna spoil it because one of the scenes that not scenes, but in his head that he had that neighbor the whole time. She was with him through but that was all in his head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very,
it's
well
funny.
done.
And then it's funny where he went to her apartment. And then she's like, Arthur, what are you doing here? You know, but you're thinking
the whole
that
time.
they knew each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
That part right there, and then another scene where he went to the was that TV show?
Oh yeah,
What's his name?
With Murray.
Yeah, Murray. Yeah, Murray. Yeah, and he's like, when you introduce me, can you introduce me as Joker?
Yeah,
like, that was like,
so
man, like for me, movies sometimes it depends on the movie, like Joker or Man on Fire or The Town, something that gives me goosebumps. No, it moved me.
Right,
you know, in my
right,
opinion, you know, like it motivated me. I'm like, man, this is badass. Like,
Yeah.
this is a badass film. Those are probably the top 3 that I really enjoy, and I can always go back and watch it. Yeah.
See, the scene in the Joker that really moves me, and I mean, this is probably because I'm a dancer, you know, but like
What is it?
The
When
bathroom,
the
bathroom
scene.
The
I'm
bathroom
just
scene.
like the camera movement and like how he's moving is just so perfect.
And the music. It's
And
just,
the music, right? It just comes
it all-
together, and I'm
yeah.
just like, oh my gosh, like.
We were both just like, I remember when we were both watching it, we were both just so quiet, just so
Right.
pinned into that moment as it was going on.
Because you're focused on it.
Right,
Yeah.
and then every time I watch that scene, I'm just like, I get excited, and I'm like
Yeah. I
standing
get
up
goosebumps.
straight, and I'm
Yeah.
just
The
like
music.
so
Yeah. I love it.
You know?
I
And-
downloaded some of the of the soundtrack.
The soundtrack.
yeah.
Like in the beginning, like you feel bad for him. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you don't know what's going on, and then you find
Yeah.
out later like a lot of the stuff he made up in his own head.
Yeah.
So you know the stuff with his mother and stuff like that, and that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
But that was probably one of my top.
For
I would
sure.
say in my top 10. That's probably in
think-
there.
you think
It's in my
there?
top 10.
for sure.
Yeah. I feel like that's one of the newer movies that I've probably like added in.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But I know you like Interstellar, right?
I love
Oh, yeah.
Interstellar.
Interstellar. Is there any reason why you like Interstellar? Or you just
I like a lot. Well, first of all, like I was always kind of I always had an infatuation with like space and all that stuff. But the movie is, I just love Christopher Nolan. He does great movies. The acting was great. Matthew McConaughey was really great in that movie.
yeah.
The music, Hans Zimmer just
Yeah.
killed that. I love the music, especially the Mountains. If you know the soundtrack, if you know movies, like and you know Hans Zimmer, I know you know this song. Like Mountains is such a great.
Yeah.
I feel like the story and the completion and how like everything ties together in that movie. It's just it's so well done. You know.
Quick question: do you guys have anything to ask me?
To ask you?
Yeah. Any questions you want to ask me? I know we talked about earlier. You said you can ask me some questions, so if you.
Oh God, putting me on the spot
Yeah,
now.
I'm just saying.
So I right now I guess I wanted to get deeper into, like, you brought up Man of Steel, Joker, and I think The Town. That's like movies that, like, scenes and stuff like that that moved you. Are those like the only 3 movies that you can like
No.
that completely moved you?
No, it's Man on Fire.
I know we already said Man on Fire.
Man on Fire.
So what about Man on Fire?
Oh yeah,
like,
like
moved
what
you?
scene gave you goosebumps?
Oh, man, at the ending scene
ending?
where
Yeah.
he was basically gonna trade for the little girl,
Yeah.
and he was in the car, and then like it shows him dying.
Yeah.
And then the music hit
Yeah,
me, man. I was
it
like, oh
gets
god, oh god,
I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry. Hold it. Yeah. That one right there, and
What scene in The Town? That's what I'm
the
interested in.
scene in the town.
I feel like there's a couple scenes in The Town that I
Oh
love.
my god! I like the very end when they're in the warehouse, or they're in the Boston.
Yeah, the cathedral.
Yeah, they're in there. and Ben Affleck's just looking around because something's not right. So he knows, and the other guys are not paying attention. So Ben Affleck's like, okay, let me look around. He's like, dude, there's something right. And then he looks outside, and all these cops are outside. I'm like, oh crap. And when I was watching this movie, I was like, oh man, what is he gonna do? What's gonna happen? Like I was glued to the screen.
That was crazy. That was a good scene.
There's too many movies, man. Too many movies for me. Gone Baby Gone, Gone Girl.
Yeah, Gone Girl is a good movie.
Those are good.
Can't go wrong with the classics like The Godfather.
Yeah, I like The Godfather. I like even all sorts of movies. It depends what kind of mood I am. And that's the reason why they said movies are good for you, because they can clear your head for about an hour, hour and a half. Let's say you're stressed or something like that. So you go to the movies or you watch a movie and it clears your head, which is good. I think everybody needs to clear their head every once in a while, you know what I mean? So
to escape a little bit of reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, like whenever I'm feeling like down or something, you know, there's always movies that are like my go-to, or even TV shows. Like I like The Office. I'm sure many people can agree with me. I love watching The Office. Yeah, comedies that make you laugh when you're feeling down, you know.
Yeah, The Office. Michael Scott, hilarious.
So funny.
And it's funny because Marco was telling me about this show for the longest time.
And
like,
you never, I'm just like, trust me, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny.
I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to watch this. And then after I watched it, hilarious.
Yeah. Now you got to get on Parks and Recreation. I'm telling you.
It, and I'm like,
just keep watching it. Just trust me.
It wasn't as funny as The Office.
How far did you get? Because I think it's like
got to pass the first season.
No, season 1. It was season 1.
Got to go to at least season 2, season 3.
Yeah, it's like after the development of the characters and you start to see like their, you know, like how they are.
Yeah.
It's like it makes it more funny.
Yeah.
You know.
So even talking about New York right now, are you writing any scripts or anything like that so far?
I'm always writing.
You're always writing?
I'm always writing.
So how many scripts have you written?
I feel like I've completed like 5 scripts, but I feel like ones that I feel like are ready to go. Yeah. By like 3.
You're
you know,
just waiting.
Yeah, you know, and then I have like other, you know, so many other ideas that I've just kind of like outlined that I just need to get to the whole screenplay format.
So what's the process in doing that?
Oh, I mean, everyone's process is different. You gotta you gotta look that stuff up, you know, because there's so many people I'd like recommend looking at, you know, so many books that I've read. But my process has always been, I feel like the story always kind of swirls in my head for like a years to come, you know, like I'll think about something, I'm like, okay, I like this, more comes to it, and I just write down all my ideas, then I just come up with the outline, and I personally like having like an outline to look at when I'm writing, so I can kind of know where I'm going, but at the same time, you got to feel free to go with the flow in that moment, because shit can change while you're writing, like, oh, this sounds great too, you know, so then once the screenplay is done, you know,
and for how many pages is that, or does it really depend? How does that work for the pages?
It depends. I mean, like, I guess like some of the stuff I've read, like industry standard, like if you're writing a comedy, you want to keep it shorter to like maybe like 90 pages or 90 so. Pages. You know, you want to keep like an hour and a half, and then dramas, you know, you want to keep it to maybe like 2 hours. So like, you know, yeah.
Has Kayla started with anything with you so far? Like any of your short films or anything that you've done recently?
She was an extra in the You're an Idiot short film.
Okay.
You know?
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
She walked by. She was there. We do have a story idea that I've been wanting to work on that she's gonna star in it with me, and especially like during quarantine, it was like, you know, me and Kayla, we got this time to like make something. You know, so I literally wrote 2 scripts that are like kind of dealing with the same subject that I'm just trying to combine into like one full story.
And how long would it be? Like 10 minutes?
Yeah, I guess you would always want to you kind of want to keep it short, you know, if you're doing a short film. Yeah.
And Kayla, how'd you feel about that when you did the little extra in that the movie that you done?
Well, of course, I enjoyed it. I mean, my whole like little 2 seconds of walking by.
She took a full day to get into character for this scene.
No, but you know, we've definitely talked about writing something together more recently, and ideas of, you know, what we could make together. because
I would really like to collaborate and come up with like, even like a musical or like a dance kind of, maybe we can be the ones that can actually create a good dance movie. There's some good ones out there, but we can bring the new evolution.
Well, I think it's hard to find dancers that are great actors. You know what I mean? Like that are
Yeah.
great dancers and great actors.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
not like people don't try.
Especially
It's
at the
what I
indie level.
believe. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, do you think you want to just do it on your own, or are you just gonna?
I think that's the path I'm trying. I guess I'm
Yeah.
trying to go forwards now, because I feel like the people I look up to are like, these people that make their stories kind of like about themselves, like, Rami Youssef, I think is his last name. Is it Issa Rae? Yeah, She made Insecure. I look up to people like that because I love that they're doing their own stories. And Broad City. Alana and Abby, they like that started off as like a web series, and like Comedy Central like picked it up into like a TV show. Like that's like amazing.
It's funny because we're talking about doing your own thing. I mean, you always give me a lot of grief about Sylvester Stallone, but like you said, he did his own thing.
He did his own thing, and that I respect that.
Yeah.
100%.
So when he did Rocky, right? You said he did Rocky. He wrote Rocky. And the producers or anybody he went to,
he fought to be in that role, which was like amazing. Like I don't know if I would have the balls to be like, no, I'm not selling the script because I'm going to be in it.
And how much? Do you remember how much they were trying to get the script?
Oh, I don't remember how much. I think he made some good money from it. I'm pretty sure, but I really don't remember how much it sold for.
And they said they sold his dog. He sold his dog and everything. He was broke.
Yeah, he was that
broke. Where was he
broke.
living at?
I think he was homeless.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he living in New York or is it somewhere else?
No. Well, I don't know. I mean, Rocky's selling in Philadelphia.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
So I don't know if he was living there or if he was in New York.
Yeah.
Could have been either one. Even L.A. Shit, I don't know.
Yeah. But now you want to do your own thing because
it's the way to go now.
Yeah, do your own thing.
Make your own shit.
Yeah. And Kaila, are you? I see that my brother has a video of you doing a little YouTube.
Little dancing dance.
Yeah.
Video,
So are you trying to also do your own thing? Trying to get out there a little more or what?
I mean, I really don't want to pursue anything professional like performance wise.
I mean, we've seen you. You're good. I mean, I don't know why you want to. You just want to give up that talent?
Well, I mean, it's not that I'm giving up my talent. I just want to share it in a different way.
Okay.
I just enjoy working with children.
Okay.
That's just where my true passion lies. And I don't know. I suppose like the industry of dance is super competitive, and not saying that I don't think that I could do it, because I know I can do anything that I put my mind to. It's just not something that I'm really interested in doing. I don't want to be judged off of my look.
Yeah.
And like it's good for other people, and not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I'm not saying that like dancers want to be judged by the way they look, but there are a lot of aspects to like the dance industry that I'm just like, hey.
Would you ever open up your own dance studio?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
I mean, that's definitely.
Is that something you're passionate about now? I mean, would you consider trying to do that in the near future?
Yeah, definitely in the near future. Right now we're just kind of seeing where things go, and I would definitely like to have my own space.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no better thing than working for yourself.
Yeah.
But teaching dance, I think, has also given me the freedom to where I don't have to be, like controlled as much. When you're a dance teacher, you have like creative range, and it's there are limited things that you're being told to do.
Yeah.
As long as you're being respectful of like the children and like the parents, it's like.
Is there
too
any
much.
difficult time that you had like teaching the kids? Or is any like they weren't acting right or anything like that? Did you have any quick little stories on
They're
that?
kids.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, like kids are gonna be kids and they're not always gonna listen. But I always turn to conditioning. So I'm like, if you're not gonna listen, then we can do push-ups, or
Really?
we can or we
so
can
you
do
make 'em-
crunches. Yeah,
and how old are these kids?
well, those kids are like middle school and high
Okay.
school. But I mean, sometimes I had actually my second and third graders
Okay.
doing push-ups too. I mean, like they would, do 10 at a time.
Okay.
But
10 more than Ralph.
and I think sometimes it seems like I feel like when I say like second and third graders, they're like, oh, it sounds like, oh my gosh, they sound young. But it's like eventually they started to understand, like, okay, like we can't be screaming, we have to listen, or it's time to dance. Did you have any
issues with the parents of the kids or anything like that?
Very few times I've had issues with parents. And it's most of the time where parents, I would say, think that I'm favoring someone.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I feel like I've never favored anyone, and it's just like I'm gonna put those that work hard in the front, and I try to be fair and give everyone their fair chance of being in the spotlight and giving everyone a solo, but also those that work harder, I feel like should also be rewarded, and those that are like striving to go beyond the expectation, of what I'm asking for.
Yeah.
And those that have, more passion and drive. It's like you want to also, like water them in a sense, and like let them know that you see them, and their drive, and that they're working hard.
You appreciate it.
Right. I'm thankful that I really haven't had issues with parents.
Yeah, like whenever you have your own dance studio, I mean, that's some of the stuff that you're going to have issues with. Sometimes it can be the parents, sometimes it can be the kids.
Right. I mean, like we've all, I think, heard about Dance Moms, the show, and like
I heard about it.
Crazy it can be. But
yeah,
I hope that I can foster an environment that is based off of, compassion and inspiration and team, ideals, and motivating each other and supporting each other rather than being competitive, with each other.
Okay. I was gonna ask you, Mark, and I know you talked about my top movies. What were you gonna say about your top three?
Oh shit, top three?
Yeah.
That's tough. That's really tough.
Top three, something that inspired you. I know we talked about Bad Boys.
That's not in the top three, though.
Not in the top three, but it kind of motivated him to want to start acting.
When I was a kid,
when he was a kid. So.
I feel like the Town is definitely one. That's one of the movies one of the first movies I ever saw that really just inspired me.
Okay, and what was one of your favorite scenes?
One of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
I love the ending scene that you brought up earlier. Okay. Where I just like that whole action scene. But you can't go wrong with the scene where. Ben Affleck comes and asks Jeremy Renner, like, oh, I'm gonna need you to do something for me. You can't tell no one about it. And he's like, whose call are we gonna take? You know, you can't go wrong with that scene. I love that scene.
Yeah.
I love Interstellar. I feel like
I haven't seen it.
What the?
I don't have it in my collection. I don't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know. Okay,
but
that one.
You have Jack and Jill in your damn collection. Yeah. No, you gotta watch Interstellar, man. It's such a great movie.
Okay, so The Town, Interstellar.
I mean, look, I got tons more movies, but I'm also gonna say Pineapple Express because I love that. That movie makes me laugh every single time I watch it.
So that movie right there kind of inspired You're an Idiot?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah, Pineapple Express was like a huge inspiration for like You're an Idiot,
And it was funny because I was a camera guy.
Yeah,
I was.
You're also the sound guy.
I was a sound guy, not the camera guy. I'm sorry, the sound guy. Yeah, I was a sound guy, and it did not work out. I mean, when we did this short film, I think Marco, because he had all the pressure on him. Shooting the locations, stuff like that. We were kind of like in a rush. Mm-hmm. I mean, it still turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
Didn't you say you had a friend view it at the film festival or something like that?
Yeah, no, it went to like I think 2 or 3 film festivals. Mm-hmm. I didn't submit it to like a whole bunch of them, which was my own mistake. But no, we showed it at some like art showing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I wasn't even. We were in New York, and it was here in Houston. There was just one of our. An actress, friend of ours, mm-hmm. She kind of got the whole thing working, but according to them, like a lot of people enjoyed it and were laughing at the film, which always feels good when people actually find your stuff funny.
Because he wanted me to do one scene, I think one row where the cash register.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't know what I was doing. I was just like, I don't know. And like you said, I was very,
Yeah,
you know,
nervous.
I was very nervous and stuff like that. You know, like I told you guys about my eye and stuff like that. So you know, I didn't want to be portrayed as, I'm not gonna lie, Forrest Whitaker.
Oh,
You know
really?
what I mean? And I don't know. That's what I always thought in my head, and I still kind of think now. But now that I'm trying to get over my fear
Yeah.
and stuff like that, trying to write my own
People are
script.
starting to get a little more accepting of
Yeah.
that stuff too.
Yeah.
You know.
Like I said, I'm trying to write my own scripts. Probably about 15, 20 pages maybe.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's something to give me the confidence to step out of my shell
Yeah.
and, you know, try to do it. So,
Yeah, that's where you grow, outside of your
Yeah.
comfort zone,
Yeah. It's so hard, but it's so worth it.
It is.
yep. So, I was going to say, so you said Interstellar, The Town, and
Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express. Did you have a favorite scene from Pineapple Express?
Damn.
Seems like
What
it.
about you,
I
Kayla?
mean, I just like, what does he say? He's like, I fucking love you, dog. Like,
I want to be inside you, Holmes.
yeah. Like,
I love that shit, That was funny.
Yeah.
Thanks for the laugh track, DJ Javi.
Yeah. I was over here testing stuff, so making it seem we sound okay.
also, when they're in the what is that room, and they're like handcuffed,
Oh, yeah.
and they're like trying to get out, and
Yeah.
like they're like listening, and it like sounds dirty.
Yeah.
I can't think
Gonna
of what
save
he-
you, man.
Yeah,
Gonna
I'm
save you,
gonna
man.
Save you. Let me use my mouth. Let me use my mouth.
But that one right there, that was hilarious of him. And I like Steph Rogen too, man. Steph Rogen
Yeah.
and James Franco are actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Great team.
Great team. But I also like, was it? I'm trying to think of that movie, the Army movie we watched recently. It was a while ago.
Fury?
Fury.
Oh, yeah. That
No,
was a
I
good
think that was a
movie.
really good
Yeah.
all-star cast. And
Yeah,
it had
it got
Shia
some-
LaBeouf. It had
Brad Pitt.
Logan.
Logan Lerman.
Yeah.
Dude's underrated a lot.
Actually, like Shia LaBeouf was probably one of my inspirations of wanting to act a little bit too.
Yeah.
He did what was that? Disturbia.
Yeah.
He did Disturbia.
I remember Disturbia.
And then he did Eagle Eye, and then of course he did Transformers. So which Transformers was okay. It was okay, but I'm talking about Disturbia was actually probably one of my first films that I did like him. It kind of wanna push me to be an actor a little bit.
Yeah.
Plus Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, definitely for me, that's what I can want to do. So, and we're hopefully, me and Marco are actually going to try to do something pretty soon. We've been talking about it, but for me, I want definitely to get back in shape because I am out of shape and I've been out of shape since my daughter's been born. So my daughter's 3 years old right now. So it's been about a good
3 years of a bunch of McDonald's cheeseburgers.
Yeah, cheeseburgers. And it's funny because, and I feel like, and breaking the news, my brother's wife, she's pregnant, so I'm going to be an uncle.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soup's excited about this.
Yeah, super excited.
Yeah.
So what do you think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be a boy.
Yeah.
Well, I just have a feeling that it's going to be a boy too. I don't
gonna
know
be a boy.
why, but I
Who
guess
knows? We'll be happy with
see.
whatever,
Yeah,
you know?
we're gonna wait until the birth to know the
Yeah.
gender.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, Nessa, your niece, she's very, when it comes to movies, she picks it up real quick. We were watching a movie, I think it was Power Rangers or something like that. She always done like the villains. She's always reenacted their scenes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just like her uncle Marco.
Yeah. I always love the villains.
Always on the villains. She watches her Scooby Doo and stuff like that. So I think maybe later on down the future, I think she may become a little actress or something.
Yeah,
like that.
maybe so.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
But yeah, I thought I'd just get on here real quick and let's talk about a little information about my brother and his wife and stuff like that. Give opinion out there. Do you have anything to say, Kana?
Well, yeah, I was just gonna ask you, like, what's it like for you now that you're a father versus like before you became a father?
Before I became a father, I could do whatever I wanted. I could leave whenever I wanted. I can talk as much mess as I want to. But now being a dad, I was shocked in the beginning. Like I was really nervous at the time, and when I saw her, I was just like, wow, I didn't know what to say, to be honest with you. I was just, I was in shock and stuff like that. And I still remember it. And she already grew up too fast. And it felt like it just flew by. And I remember like it was yesterday when, you know, I was holding her in my hands when she was a baby and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it definitely changed me. Yes, I need to work on my attitude because I do have a short temper. I'm not going to lie to that. And that's someone, if you hear this, baby, Daddy has a short temper and he's sorry. So whenever later on you're older, I'll let
I
you
tried
listen
talking to him. That's
yeah,
I tried.
Yeah. But it's a great feeling. There's nothing. It's funny because she makes me happy. You know what I mean? So she brightens up my day and stuff like that. You know, I love it. It's a great feeling, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So when people say that, like, what would you do differently? Really, nothing. Because if I would have done something different, I wouldn't have her.
Right.
So, but what are y'all expecting?
Oh,
like,
Ralph is really a softie.
I'm a softie.
He
Look,
tries
I'm a
to act
softie,
all
look.
tough.
Yeah, I'm a softie when it comes to her, man. So it's funny because I remember a couple people told me that, yeah, you're gonna be a softie. You're gonna be a softie. I remember my cousin. He told me, we were talking about Facebook or something like that. I don't smile on my pictures. I don't.
I know. I've been
I don't-
trying to tell you. Like,
I
just
don't.
smile.
I don't smile
Give
on my
that
pictures.
cute smile of yours.
And then, as soon as like when she was born, all that changed. Now me and her are just smiling all the time.
Yeah.
Like I said, she's a very important person in my life, and she keeps me going. So,
Yeah.
She changed you for the better.
yeah,
you
she
know?
did. She did.
Broke
change me.
open your heart.
Yeah.
And, like,
I mean, I'm still a hard ass with everybody else, but with her, nah. I'm a softie with that.
yeah.
So I know that. How many weeks are you now, Kayla?
I'm 12 weeks now.
12 weeks. And
yeah.
when is the due date?
The due date is sometime in February, so
Yeah, it should be.
we'll see. We'll see.
February. Oh, that's nice.
Exciting.
So are y'all still gonna live in New York, or y'all gonna come back to Houston, or what?
We're still deciding where we want to move.
That's the big question.
Yeah.
Immediately after telling everyone that we're, expecting,
Yep.
everyone's like, "Okay, so you're gonna move back?
We're so happy you're gonna move back. They decided for us,
Right,
apparently.
right.
You know, but
Considering maybe moving to Austin or maybe Georgia. I don't know. We're keeping our options open currently to see where, where our hearts feel pulled to. You know, what is gonna help us grow and really flourish.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you feel about becoming a father now?
I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm definitely excited. I'm ready for the challenge. You know, I know there's gonna be tough situations, but
Waking up every 3 hours.
yeah, that's gonna be tough. I love sleeping.
Yeah.
But I'm ready, man. I'm excited. I'm happy to have a child with Kayla. You know, just ready for whatever it brings. I know it's gonna change me, and I feel like it's gonna change me for the better. But I feel like I'm already a good person.
Yeah.
It's gonna make me even a better person.
Makes you good. You think you'll be a big softie?
Oh yeah.
Much bigger softie than what you already are.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
Probably so.
And Kayla?
In terms of me or in
Yeah.
terms of Marco?
No, in terms of you.
I'm definitely ready. Like, I love kids and like teaching. Like, I haven't always taught like kindergartners and first graders until these last 5 years. And at first, like, little kids felt like a challenge to me until I moved to New York and I started working with them, and it really, I feel like, made me feel like a kid again.
Okay.
And so I'm excited to have my own.
Yeah.
I think it's only going to, like Marco was saying, change him for the better. I know it's gonna expand my happiness, like you were saying, and yeah, just
You're just gonna feel that joy.
right.
Like for me, the best part about having Anissa when she stays with me, during the week, she stays with me 2 nights a week or something like that. But I watch her through the whole week, through the whole morning. And the best part is when me and her wake up. When she wakes up, she said, "Daddy, I'm hungry." You know what I mean? Like that right there. I was like, okay, now it's time for me to be a dad now. I gotta be up. We're awake now.
Right.
But yeah, I thought I'd get on here real quick, and we just definitely talk about all sorts of stuff that we talked about. your goals and stuff like that. Basically talking about Marco's, acting, his writing, his directing that he wants to do, and then what you want to do. You're, trying to open a school, right? Is that what you're saying?
Studio.
So, yeah, studio. Yeah. But do you have any last words, Mark? Did you want to say? Is there any way that anybody can follow you or get in contact with you if they have any questions or anything like that?
Yeah, I gotta get better at that. But I'm really just on, I feel like Instagram mainly.
Okay.
I don't really get on Facebook anymore, but I'll be on there sometimes.
Okay. So where can somebody find you at if they want to type your name in?
Oh, I think it's just Patino period Marco.
Okay.
At Patino period. I don't know. I don't mess with this social media stuff
Okay,
a lot.
yeah.
You'll find me there.
Yeah. We'll leave links in the description box. But what about you, Kayla? Is there anything? Is anybody wants to ask you any question or anything like that?
I mean, yeah, I guess I'm not really on social media that much either.
Okay.
It's something that I guess like both of us need to
Be better at.
right, try to expand ourselves and our social media.
Some people are so good at this, and it's just
Right.
like I'm just
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
But I'm Kaila.Patino on
Period Patino.
Instagram.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, yeah, I thought I'd get on here real quick and just say thank you guys for being a part of RP show.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
thanks for having us for sure. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Yeah. But that's basically about it. So, like you said, if you guys want to find us, you can message me, ask me any questions, talk about what are your dreams, what do you want to get accomplished in your life, because life is not guaranteed. You gotta push it now. You gotta do something now, because tomorrow's never promised. But basically, that's about it. So I want to thank you guys so much for being on the show, and yeah.
All right, yeah, thanks for having us.
Signing out.
All right, signing out. Thank you guys.